Kimba, who lives down in deepest, darkest Africa? Who's the one who brought the jungle fame? Who's the king of animals in Africa? Kimba the White Lion is his name.
Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, your agent of Animated Awesome, aka X7, also the host of Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today is Monday. That means it is Animated Series Day. We are going to start a new series, and it runs 52 episodes. It is Kimba the White Lion, or Jungle Emperor, Jungaru Taite, if you want the long answer or the long version. And we know it as Kimba the White Lion. It ran in Japan from October 6, 1965 to September 28, 1966. And it was imported here by Fred Ladd and NBC Studios, or something to do with NBC, September 11th, 1966 to 1967. Then I don't know if it was on network television, but it was the first Japanese cartoon that was brought over here in color. And NBC provided extra money for them. So one of the reasons. Plus they had the dub anyway, it's a great show. I mean, and it was aired in syndication, I want to say clean almost to the 80s, because I have cousins in West Virginia that watch this on the greatest channel 20 station, WDCA channel 20 out of Washington, D.C. And that's where I saw many of the episodes, though there's only one I remember that's later on in the series, and we'll get to it because it's terrifying. But we're just going to go through these 5 episodes at a time pretty quickly and just go over some of the more interesting things. As you heard, the theme song is pretty dang memorable and very easily to remember. It's only 40 seconds long, really. This is from the, I don't remember, Madman and somebody else, Ultra Pack, which is all 52 episodes plus, I think the first one subtitled, so you can see the differences, and we'll do that at the end. And you'll probably have to go back and watch this one. Kimba, when I first started and was only uploading to Spotify, and they were just audio, Kimba is my most popular episode, and it has not been reached. Speed Racer is the second most, but Kimba's is the first one that got to triple digits, and I think that Speed is about 30 views less, but we'll see if this translates. So the original series in English did not have episode titles. These have been added before they start. So Go White Lion is Ike Panja Noko, child of Panja, which is Caesar. Now you will see similarities between this and Disney's version, but we won't talk about it too much because it's been settled, and your humble agent is no longer nearly as salty about it as it used to be. So there are depictions of peoples of Africa that are less than flattering. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're presenting it for discussion. So if we want to have a discussion about it, that's great. It's not too often, but they do occur. We may not even show it because it's a different time. This was from this, mid 60s, 60 years ago, literally 60 years ago. So, I'll have to get that issue about Kimba done then this year, hopefully. It's easy to fall behind. So there's Caesar, the great white lion, grown up, racing through the jungle, rescuing. I believe that's Viper Snakely. And now these pictures I've taken from my DVD set, and they're several months old. And I don't remember all the details. I've seen all these episodes. Obviously, Caesar wants all animals to be equal and not get eaten, although I wonder if they would let the meat eaters chow down on the animal carcasses if they pass away naturally. You'd think that would be a good way of not having, rotting bodies laying about. The news here is Snoween is, um, I don't know what her name is in Japanese, but Snoween is having a baby who is little Kimba. She's been captured. That's what's the problem by Viper. And there's the rat nurse. There's little Kimba, who was originally to be titled Simba, but there was a Simba Cola, so they just changed it to a hard K, which is probably more memorable anyway. The ship wrecks, or the ship is, it was out on a sea and got tossed. And unfortunately, they did not have the courage of the fearless crew, and the ship was lost, except for the animals. And they all can talk to each other. They all speak the same language. The fish help Kimba and push him away along. A saw, they call it a saw shark instead of a sawfish. I mean they are sharks, but and it's just out. But they all live, and now Kimba gets to the, and everyone wonders what will happen. The hunters are gathering around, and some of the meat eaters. Oh, look at Caesar's still alive. Spoiler alert: that does not last. There's a Dano baboon, and there's Snoween in the sky talking to Kimba, and oh, Kimba gets to land, and that's that. There's our some credits there, and now we've got the wind in the desert. So episode 2. This one is a little confusing to people, and the dubbing tries to cover up some things, but it's pretty easy. Uh, Kimba's back to his own, the jungle. There he is. And he meets Tom and Tab, the hyenas, who are kind of beatniky and they rhyme. They like to dance. They like to sing. They like the stars and the moon and the bringer. I don't know. And that's either Viper Snakely or Ham Egg. We'll find out more. I'll keep better notes. This was, when I was watching these, they were pre me deciding to do this. But that's James Braun there, who gets confused for the human in the next episode. There is Cassius the Panther. Yes, I know. But, Polly Cracker, who's the comedy relief. Kimba gets stuck with a spider gun and captured, and they're on the boat. James Braun reveals he's actually a secret agent or a lawman. James Braun is probably 008 or something. He makes friends with Kimba, and it sounds like they're talking to each other because they're both speaking English. But at this point in time, the animals don't understand the humans, and vice versa. So they're in the desert, and James Braun has battled the bad guys and defeated them, and Kimba's learned that fighting for what's right, because early in the episode, he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Claw. He doesn't want to fight anybody. And they find a well, but James Braun is gone. He's just resting in the English dub, the Titan dub. There's old Claw missing an eye, and they have a fight. Come on, Claw's getting a beating. Oh, I love to see Claw get a beating. I haven't talked too much about the actual English cast. Now, we'll talk about them later. It's the regular Titan crew with Fred Ladd. What does it say here? International? Oh, it doesn't even say. For the English, see voice actors for the English dub. Kimba was dubbed by Billy Lou Watt. Caesar was dubbed by Ray Owens. Snoween, Billy Lou Watt. Just scroll down here. Jeez. Bucky, Ray Owens. Polly Parrott was Gilbert Mack. And Dano Baboon was Ray Owens. And then everyone else, those were the main ones. This does not list it does not list Peter Fernandez, so he might have moved on already too. But that seems odd. So he's probably in there, just not. But Bucky and Polly. And now we see the marker for Kimba beats Claw and drives him off. There's a marker for James Braun. There's Hal Studer. And We'll see more credits in future episodes, I promise. Here's the human friend, which is where we meet Roger Ranger and his wacko girlfriend. Um, drawing a blank. She shows up a couple times. Tanya or Tonga. I think she's Tonga, but she's has amnesia. She does not like animals. We'll find out why. There's Kimba berating the snake. More comedy relief here. And so Roger, I don't know if that is where he teaches them to speak in English yet. I'm not 100% sure. Once again, I'll do a little more research, I promise. And episode 4, Great Caesar's Ghost, Samson the Wild Ox is the second English title, probably more direct translation. And so there's the Great Caesar's Ghost. Samson does not like Kimba's newfangled ways of peace and love. More hunters show up. Oh, and the water has been dammed, so that's something else going on. There's Samson. He comes around like they all do because all these episodes had to end peacefully. There are a couple two-part ones which don't quite, well, they don't really handle it very well in the English dub, but once again, that's in the future. All right. Samson does have a bit of a fight with Kimba, but doesn't win. So Fair Game is the most interesting one here, and that is the one that we've got.
A very romantic town. I love it.
You've been to France too, Polly?
Of course. France is the capital city of Paris, you know.
Which is, it's told in flashback. Kimba did not go right back to Africa, apparently, from that first to second episode. He was blown ashore in Europe and went to, that's where he met Roger, and there's his nutso girlfriend. And, you know, she does have some brain damage because of, in the, I want to say Tonga, but I don't. And they have an adventure there. There's Mr. Pompous, or Mr. Mustache, as he's known in Japan, and one of the creator, Osamu Tezuka's most famous creations. And he's in lots of the different manga, including, as we'll see here, I'm not even sure what Kimba's doing there. They're at the World's Fair, maybe. But look who's there, Astro Boy. And Mr. Mustache is in Astro Boy quite a bit as well, a lot more than this one. So a little continuity there. Now, according to the English dub of Astro Boy, that takes place in the year 2000, much like Gigantor. So this is where the problem is that Spreckles or Spotty or whoever this is annoyed that Kimba is. There we go.
We don't know. We were friends, Speedy.
Speedy,
Why,
the cheetah.
Against me? Because your father killed my grandfather. I just found out today. So now I'm going to make you pay for what your father did.
So that's the crux of the problem, which leads to the issue there. So they're in the bowels of the I want to say the sewers in France.
Now, remember, if I keep my eyes closed, the water can't hurt me.
That's Speedy's uncle, who has gone mad, and he was captured. So he's lashing out at humans, rightfully so, and they have a fight. And finally, Speedy realizes, it gets the truth. And let's see, is that about it? Yes.
World's Fair in Paris. They were Kimba and his friends.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. So there's our episode, our first 5 episodes. This was kind of a last minute idea. No, I've been talking about it, but sorry. The day just gets away from us agents sometimes, and we have things that we must do and checkups to perform before we go into other dimensions.
Kimba. lives down in deepest, darkest Africa? Africa. Who's the one who brought the jungle fame?
And it's not Simba the golden lion now, is it? So we will have we'll do 5 episodes every day, every Monday, and I'm debating on doing 5 because there will be. Let's see, there's 52 episodes. We'll say 53 with the subtitled one. So if we do 5 episodes, doing some math here, is that 10 goes into 5, or 10 times 11, 12 times 5 is 60. So 55, 11 episodes. So we may split it half and half, 6, and then go to something else and then come back. We'll see. We'll see what the reaction is. However, until our next assignment, my fellow agents,
Who's the king of animals in Africa? Kimba the White Lion is his name.
this is X7 signing off. Oh, also, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. I keep forgetting to say that.